What is going on, everybody? It is your man R0B back at it with another New York Giants video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of a recap of the Giants training camp. Day 2 happened today for the New York Football Giants with their training camp. We're going to go ahead and kind of cover the last couple of days, things that I like, what I'm excited for, what I want to see, and so on and so forth. I do want to take a moment. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? Smash that like button. Turn on those bell notifications so that you don't miss any single time that we upload a video, okay? Also, be sure to go ahead and share the video. Share it on Twitter. Share it on YouTube. You can @ me if you like. My socials will be down in the description. Also, be sure to go ahead and put into the comment section #ZeroSquad to potentially get shouted out in our next video. So let's go ahead and we're going to get right into it. So obviously day 2 for the New York Giants training camp. And I got to say, I liked what I was seeing. A lot of the offensive, defensive battles. Obviously no pads right now. So they're just kind of going through some motions, drills, one-on-ones, and obviously offense versus defense. You get the ones and the twos going up against each other. For the most part, let's start off and we'll talk about obviously the offensive line. So with the ones, we had Evan Neal at the right tackle, Mark Lewinsky at the right guard, Jon Feliciano at center. They had Shane Lemieux starting at the left guard spot, and obviously Andrew Thomas starting at the left tackle spot. Now, I pretty much think that every offensive line position is pretty much cemented in except for that left guard spot. Now, Shane Lemieux could win that spot. Josh Ezeudu could go ahead and win that spot. They could even put somebody in at center and bump out Jon Feliciano and have him play the left guard spot. So, all in all, those were your starting 5 offensive linemen. Don't have an issue with that. You know, if that was the starting 5 offensive line going into week 1, I would not have an issue with it. Personally, I'd like to see Joshua Ezeudu starting at that left guard spot. He was running with the second team. Looked pretty good. Got obviously work on that the hand work a little bit. That's something that was him coming out of college that they said have to work on his hand motions, but he's very versatile. All right, played left. He could play tackle. He could play guard. So he's very, very versatile. Really, really like him as a player. As far as when it comes to the wide receivers, we had Wan'Dale Robinson, Kadarius Toney, and Kenny Golladay starting at the wide receiver spots. And obviously, we had Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley starting at the running back positions. All in all, I liked what I saw. There were some drops, some missed throws by Daniel Jones. Again, and it's the second day in training camp. You're going up against, your defense. So you're learning, right? You're learning. You're making the adjustments. So I hope, and for the sake of the team, obviously, that they get a little bit more in sync. Throughout the process of training camp and get things going. As far as with the defense, saw a lot of good things out there. Xavier McKinney looked pretty good. Flott actually looked really, really well. Darnay Holmes really, really outshowing himself, trying to win that number 2 corner spot. Had another couple of interceptions today and has really been outshowing, probably been the standout on the defense so far, if I had to say. A standout on the defense these last couple of days. Really, really been doing well. Him along with Julian Love. Julian Love has been working extremely hard as well. Love to see that. Definitely a good player. And we'll see what happens with that. But Darnay Holmes has really, really been stepping it up and making a lot of plays. I think he's really trying to take advantage of this open situation. That number 2 corner spot is still up for grabs. There is not a cemented number 2 corner in, as well as the left guard position is not cemented in either. So there is definitely going to be some positional battles. As far as when it comes to the defensive line, you got Dex and Leo. Saw Justin Ellis working out there. Looked good. Davidson also looking good as well. Moa looking good too. So we'll see what happens with that interior lineman. I'm pretty sure more than likely Justin Ellis will get that starting role, with Davidson being the backup to him. And I'd like to see Kevin Williams as well getting out there and and seeing what he's capable of. As far as from the linebackers, got a little bit of a rotation. Beavers was in there. Blake Martinez was in there. You had Tate Crowder in there. They looked very, very good. KT, what I didn't like with KT, and I hope that it's not the situation live in real-time games, but on a couple of regular single drills where they're working, coming off the outside to kind of, as soon as that the coaching would step as if they were going to go ahead and the ball was snapped. A couple of times I see KT kind of falling forward. I just don't want him to start getting into that to where he's getting a lot of offside penalties or encroachments or things of that nature. So hopefully that doesn't become an issue. I'm sure that it won't, or I hope that it won't. But those are things that I picked up on there. Ellerson Smith looked really, really good in those drills as well. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of and that's another guy on defense that I'm looking to try to see. Hopefully he can win some of the rotation spots. Him and Quincy Roche. Hopefully they could go ahead and win some of those, those battles there. And I will say though that Ellerson Smith does have all four hands down. So that's how he likes to rush. He's a speed rusher. So I'm hoping to see some good things out of him as well. All in all, I liked what I saw. The battle, it's the second day of training camp. I think Carl Banks said it today. The day 4 is really going to be the major test because you're going to be tired. Legs are going to be tired. Your body's going to be sore. Who's going to step up, right? Who's going to step up and keep pushing? And I think day 4 is going to be the tall tale as far as who's really fighting out there for a spot. Next week, the Giants will be putting on pads, so they will be in pads next week. So that's going to be exciting to see some of the physicality. They are wearing the padded caps over their helmets, which I like to prevent any type of concussions and get your head and your body used to that contact because they've gone without contact for so long. So I'm liking that. So all in all, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm glad to see them back in there. I'm glad to see the fighting and the battles. Guys that I'm rooting for in camp. Also, Daniel Bellinger was also on the field today. Working with the tight ends. So you'd like to see that too. Glad that he was taken off of the PUP list. All in all, the guys that I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're able to do, Josh Ezeudu, Daniel Bellinger, Ellerson Smith, those are the guys that I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're able to do in camp. Just some names that I'm really kind of keeping my eyes on. Ellerson Smith, I think, could be a good player. Reminds me a lot of like a Ryan Kerrigan type of player. Excuse me, had to yawn there. Type of player, fast off the ball. I think he could be a really, really good fit for Wink Martindale coming off the edge and being a good reliever for Kayvon or for Azeez. Daniel Bellinger, talking about it last night at our podcast. If you guys missed it, we do a podcast, me and my boy PTA. We do a New York Giants podcast every Wednesday night at 8:30. So be sure to check me out on the socials. We tweet it out. Come on in. It's also live on my Twitch as well on Wednesdays. Come on in, check us out. We would greatly appreciate the love and support. But I think Daniel Bellinger between week 3 and 6 is probably going to earn that starting tight end role. I just feel like he's more of a all-around better tight end. Good when it comes to blocking, good when it comes to the pass catching and route running. I just think that he ended up being like a full-time tight end where you don't have to try to sub in. I don't want it to be to the point, Bellinger's coming in, they must be running. Seals Jones is in, must be passing. I don't want it to get that way. Also, Akins, the tight end that came over from Houston, made some pretty nice plays today. A couple of diving catches today. Made some nice plays. Definitely going to be a solid third tight end for us, I believe. I think if I had to guess, Seals Jones will get the start. Bellinger will be the number 2 guy, and I think Akins will go ahead and be the number 3 guy going into the start of the season. And then last but not least, it's going to be Joshua Ezeudu. I really want to see this guy flourish in camp. I would love to see on opening day against the Tennessee Titans having Joshua Ezeudu starting at that left guard spot. Have it, Andrew Thomas, Joshua Ezeudu, John Feliciano, Mark Lewinsky, and then Evan Neal at the right tackle spot. That's what I'm hoping for. But again, if they go with Shane Lemieux, I totally understand that. I'm cool with that too. But I'm rooting for Joshua Ezeudu. So that's my thoughts. All in all, like I said, I'm happy. Love the competition. It's good that football's back. I'm excited for it. Hall of Fame game is next Thursday, so that's going to be exciting as well. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe. Also, go ahead and comment down below. Remember, hashtag #ZeroSquad for a potential shout out on our next video. Make sure to share the video as well on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Get it out there. Make sure you guys tag me. My socials will be down in the description. I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm R0B. Peace out.